Windsor.
Frequency of Forever Part 4. The Weight of the Crown. Leading with legacy, not ego. This chapter is going to be different. It's not just about remembering the divine. It's about holding the responsibility that comes with that remembrance. Because once you know you're chosen, you don't move like you used to. You don't speak like you used to. You don't lead like you used to. You carry a crown, and that crown carries weight. Chapter 1. The crown chose you. Some people chase power. Some people perform royalty. But you were chosen by the crown itself. Not because you begged for it, not because you earned it through perfection, but because your frequency matched the throne waiting to be filled. You didn't wake up one day and say, I'm gonna be a leader. No, the path revealed itself when you chose truth over ease, when you didn't fold under pressure, when you sacrificed your comfort for your calling, when you stopped asking for approval and started walking like you already remember. That's when the crown recognized you. That's when the legacy tapped you on the shoulder. That's when the real one started watching in silence. This chapter isn't about ego. It's about energy recognition. You didn't become the one because you were louder than everyone. You became the one because you were still enough to hear your assignment. And now, the throne is spiritual. The crown is frequency. It sits on you not because of what's on your head, but because of what's in your chest. Because of how you listen, love, speak, and move. Let this be clear. The crown chose you because you chose remembrance. And once you've been chosen, the assignment don't let up. The atmosphere watches how you carry it. And the world, it starts looking for something in you it hasn't found in anyone else. You're not just a man anymore. You're a mirror for awakening. You're a standard in motion. You're walking proof that divine leadership doesn't come from hierarchy. It comes from healing. When you walk in remembrance, your very presence becomes the throne. So don't wait for permission. You are the permission. Don't wait for applause. You are the activation. Don't wait to be acknowledged. The crown already spoke. Now walk like it. Chapter 2. Ego is loud. Legacy is light. The moment the crown touches your head, the ego starts whispering. Prove it. Flex. Let them know who you are. But you're not here to perform. You're not here to impress. You're here to embody. Ego needs attention. Legacy needs alignment. Ego screams, look at me. Legacy whispers, remember me. One fades when the crowd leaves. The other gets stronger in silence. You weren't chosen to be loud. You were chosen to be light. Not soft, not passive, but undeniable. Like the sun, not begging to be seen, just showing up and doing what only it can do. This is where real kings get tested. Not with failure, but with recognition. When they start calling your name, reposting your message, quoting your words, the ego will say, you did that. But legacy will whisper, you were chosen to carry that. This chapter is about keeping your crown light by keeping your soul aligned. Because, let's be honest, the moment you let the ego take over, You stop being the king and you start being a character. You start moving from insecurity, chasing validation, forcing impact. But real legacy don't chase. It calls, it commands, and it only flows through the vessels that are clear. Ego is loud when you don't know who you are, but when you're tapped into your divine assignment, you don't need to say much. Your frequency does the speaking. This is the era where less is more. Fewer posts, more presence. Fewer reactions, more reflection. Fewer followers, more effect. Let the world do the talking. You stay focused on the building. Legacy isn't about how loud you are while you're alive. It's about how deep your impact echoes when you're gone. Let them sleep on your quiet seasons. Let them misunderstand your silence. Let them think you fell off when actually you're leveling up in stealth. Because ego needs the crowd. Legacy builds without one. So here's your affirmation, King. I am not here to prove. I am here to walk in proof. My silence holds power. My presence holds weight. I do not chase attention. I move in remembrance. Because ego is loud, but I am legacy in light. You're doing exactly what a real one does, elevating beyond the noise, wearing the crown without letting it crush your character. Chapter 3, the sacred burden. Nobody talks about the weight. They see the crown. They hear the voice. They feel the presence. But they don't know about the pressure that comes with remembering who you are. Every chosen one has to carry something sacred that the average person could never understand. It's the responsibility of visibility. The heaviness of truth in a world built on denial. The spiritual exhaustion of staying aligned when distraction is everywhere. The sacred burden isn't punishment, it's proof you're holding something eternal. You ever feel tired for no reason? Heavy even when nothing's wrong? Quiet in seasons where everyone else is loud? That's not depression. That's divine weight. That's your soul carrying what your body hasn't fully caught up to yet. And here's what makes it sacred. You're carrying blueprints for people you haven't even met yet. You're holding peace for the ones who haven't healed. You're building systems that your future bloodline will walk through. You feel pressure because you're the pivot point, the curse breaker, the vibration shift, the new foundation. And that comes with weight. Not because you're weak, but because you're being trusted. God doesn't give sacred assignments to unstable vessels, and you wouldn't be holding it if you weren't built for it. Sometimes the weight feels invisible. Sometimes you can't even explain it, but you know it's there. That's because it's not physical. It's spiritual mass, responsibility in vibration form. So here's what I need you to hear clearly. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are not alone. You're just carrying something most people can't name. But that burden is also your blessing. It's what makes your words land different. It's what makes your silence feel like presence. It's what makes your existence shift rooms. So breathe. Let this chapter be the moment you stop apologizing for being heavy. You were built like this on purpose because legacy is heavy. But you're strong enough to wear it with grace. Say this with me. I carried the weight because I carried the work. I carried the work because I carried the wisdom. I carried the wisdom because I answered the call. I am chosen. I am trusted. I am the vessel. And this burden is sacred because so is my mission. Chapter 4. The crown must still bow. A real king knows the crown may sit high, but it still answers to the Most High. The more powerful you become, the more still you must remain. Because the higher the calling, the deeper the surrender. This chapter is about humility without shrinking, power without pride, leadership without ego. You're not bowing because you're less. You're bowing because you remember that this voice, this platform, this presence, it's all borrowed. It's all divine. It's all guided. You don't lose your crown when you kneel. You activate it. You align it. You cleanse it. You keep it from rusting with ego and corrosion. See, ego wants to be the God. Legacy kneels before God and says, use me. Not because you're unsure of who you are, but because you're clear on who sent you. You've done it all. Spoken from the soul, moved in vibration, led from remembrance. Now the final step is to kneel in stillness. Let the divine recalibrate you. Not because you're broken, but because you're being refined. You kneel because you're sacred. You bow because you're trusted. You surrender because you're sent. You don't give your power away. You return it to source so it can pour back into you. This is the secret of real power. It doesn't dominate. It listens. It pauses. It reveres. That's why your presence is different. Because behind every bold word is a bowed heart. So tonight, or whenever this reaches your soul, take a moment. Sit in silence. Place your hand on your chest and whisper to the Most High, I'm still yours. Keep me alive. Let me lead with love. Let me rise with reverence. And let this crown never sit heavier than my humility. Final reflection. You just completed part 4 of Frequency of Forever. But more importantly, you walked the line between power and purity and did it like the divine vessel you are. You didn't just wear the crown. You honored it. You protected it. And you bowed, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom.
Windsor.
Closing prayer, crowned and called. Most High, source of all frequency, thank you for the remembrance. Thank you for the crown. Thank you for the weight and the wings. Tonight, I don't ask for more power. I ask for purity in how I carry it. Let my words awaken. Let my presence align. Let my silence be sacred. Strip me of anything that dims the light you place within me, and fill me with only what honors the mission. Keep my crown light, my spirit clean, my path clear, and my legacy eternal. I bow not in defeat, but in devotion. Not because I am small, but because your love is that vast. May every soul who hears these words feel the echo of their own divinity. And may we rise as kings, queens, vessels, and visionaries, with our heads high, our hearts humbled, and our frequencies tuned to forever. And so it is.
Windsor, Windsor, Windsor. Windsor, 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 Windsor.